EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From the Monterey Peninsula, live opening round coverage of the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Blue skies on top of blue waters, right next to one of the prettiest pieces of green grass on this good earth, as we check out the leaderboard here in round one. Francesco Molinari, former Open champion, is the leader. He's off to a 4-under start. Meanwhile, our featured golfer in good form, coming into this one fresh off a victory a week ago. So, Frank, the eyes of the golf world very much centered on the golfer we'll be following here at Pebble this week. 2 starts on the PGA Tour and 2 wins. First at PGA West, then Torrey Pines just a few days ago. And you and I have been talking. We just have not seen anything like this.
No, I remember some of the guys, well, the Hoopla, the Tiger Woodses, the Jack Nicklaus. I mean, they came on, we expected them to play well. But they never played to this level, especially on 2 totally diverse golf courses. So this is an incredible start to their professional career.
So many great golf courses here on the Monterey Peninsula. We're at Pebble Beach for this, the 3rd tournament on the PGA Tour schedule this year. And Frank, we look at the golfer we're going to be following. Rookie on this tour, still looking to play the weekend for the first time after 2 missed cuts. Is there a danger of getting too discouraged early on?
There certainly is, and I think that's exactly where the player feels right now. If all of a sudden it's 3 in a row, you start to think, have I made the right decision? But I remember a line from the late, great Arnold Palmer. He said, this game is 90% mental, and the other 10%, well, that's mental as well.
Yeah, that's a good putt. It's a birdie here at 1, and he will very quickly move to 1 under par. Frank, this whole area of the country, Monterey, Carmel, 17-mile drive, just such a stunning setting for golf. We're just taking a nice drive with the emerald green fairway set against the ocean blue. It's just ideal. But talk to me about playing the course, Pebble Beach. What should a young golfer like this keep in mind when teeing it up for the first time as a professional?
Rich, it's the polar opposite of the drive-in, where you decompress and look at the views. Because once you get onto that first tee at Pebble, it's a wonderful golf course designed by Jack Neville. You're going to realize that no 2 holes look the same. I mean, that's stating the obvious there. But side hill lies when you play it towards the Pacific. And then you sort of beat your way around the golf course. The beautiful downhill par 3 7th. I know it's talked about and it's photographed, but that's where you start scratching your head and like, do I have the right club? And that's a feeling you get at Pebble so often around this golf course. But I mentioned 7, so I've got to mention 8, 9, and 10. In my opinion, they're the 3 best par 4s in a row in any golf course I've ever seen. I mean, they're beautiful driving holes and iron play, but, Pebble's about the experience, but it's also about the legacy that this golf course has for America. So to compete at Pebble is one thing. To play well at Pebble, well, that's another thing as well.
I like it a lot. He's going to love it if he can get out of here with a 3, and that's a possibility. So a chance now to bring this par 5 to its knees, a long eagle putt. Oh, that's a good stroke. Doesn't quite get the reward of the eagle, but a birdie would be a nice consolation, right? Yes, can't ask for a better start to a round than this. It is back-to-back birdies at 1 and 2. 3rd hole, Frank, this is a fun little par 4. Not too long, but the emphasis here is on putting the ball in the right spot, isn't it?
It certainly is. You have to know how far you carry it, because if you take a line at that sort of 3rd bunker there on the right side, on a direct line at the left edge of that, it's about 250 yards to get to the sort of start of the fairway. From there, you're only have 100 yards in, so just find your point, your aiming point.
That will be more than adequate. It's safely into the fairway. Walking the course today, let's bring in Nota Begay III.
105 yards to the front, 113 to the hole. Wind definitely hurting in his face. Sand wedge here, coming in just right of the hole, but looks good.
It's a smart shot. You see that flag there on the left. So didn't really want to go right at it.
That is well judged. Straight into the cup. It's a birdie here at number 3. And he's got it to 3 under now, just 2 back. With Stillwater Bay on the right, this is Pebble's picturesque 333-yard par 4 fourth. Tee shot could be anything from long iron to driver, but beware of the 9 bunkers surrounding the fairway and green. Oh, that was a beautiful golf swing right there. Everything working in harmony. What a great result in the fairway. Good chance to get one in close from here. This is second. From 4 feet for birdie. Yeah, that's a well-played hole. It's a birdie here at 4. And he's going to move to 4 under par. Just 1 shot off the top spot. So here we are, Frank, the 5th hole, the first of the 4 par 3s at Pebble Beach. It doesn't get all the love that some of the others do, but this one has the players' attention. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, it certainly does, Rich. Everybody wants to take a picture, down by the 7th, 17th hole, famous par 3. Remember Jack Nicklaus's 1-iron, but believe me, I think this hole is every bit as tough as 17.
All right, you take those all day long. On the green, chance for birdie coming up. Noted this for birdie.
And a very makeable look here. Not too much undulation at all. Maybe just a slight move to the right.
Oh, yeah, that went on line all the way. It's in for a birdie. And he'll move to within a shot of the lead at 5 under par. Well, this is where the excitement starts to build early in a round at Pebble Beach. I know it's the 6th, but you're coming into possibly one of the greatest stretches in all of golf. This is a 498-yard par 5, goes up the hill, Pacific Ocean in the distance, chance to make an eagle here, and chance to feel really good about where you're headed. not sure he got every bit of that three-wood trying to get home to this par 5 and 2, but still in the ball game for a birdie. From the fairway, Noda, this is third.
Couple nice shots up to this point. Ball sitting in the fairway, looking straight at this beautiful green sitting right against the Pacific Ocean.
Two good shots on this par 5, leaves that simple little chip, and that was beautifully played.
I mean, this is just becoming too easy now. That a 6th consecutive birdie. Frank, there are certain spots in sport that kind of steal your breath. Starters gate at the Kentucky Derby, home plate at Fenway Park, maybe top of the hill if you ski at Kitzbühel, 7th tee at Pebble Beach. Absolutely is one of those special places.
Just over 100 yards, Rich. It's the ultimate, piece of cake. Where that's what it looks like, but then you try and taste it, and you want a little more, and then you realize you've just bitten off more than you can chew.
From about 8 feet. Yep, well done. That's in for par here at 7. And he'll remain at 6 under par. Now to one of the most picturesque par 4s in the world, the 8th hole here at Pebble Beach. Jack Nicklaus, who won the U.S. Open here, called it simply the greatest second shot to a par 4 anywhere in the world. And this, not the longest hole players will encounter, so just an iron off the tee, and it works out to perfection. From the fairway, we check in with Noda.
Beautiful tee shot, great position looking at this green, and there are no easy options here. You got bunkers up the left, bunkers on the right. You have balls that are going to find their way into the penalty area. Requires precision execution.
Well, had a good look at the green, but couldn't cash it in the rough now, wondering what might have been. Okay, good roll there. It is a par here at the 8th, and he'll stay right where he is. 2019 U.S. Open number 9 was the hardest hole on the golf course. Frank, give yourself certainly a good crack at 4 by hitting the fairway.
And that's all you wanted to do in 2019. It's fine to say all too, but having to hit the left side of this fairway just to keep it in play, and then once again hit into, I know we say this a lot here, but a very narrow green and a very small green, but this time with a long club.
Yeah, good swing and a good result, as that is safely into the fairway. From the fairway, let's go to Noda.
Well, when you find your ball in the fairway at the 9th, you hit a great tee shot, one of the most difficult fairways to hit on the entire golf course, but now it opens up the opportunity to hit a great second.
It's just a touch too long. I mean, personally, I'd rather it be putting back up the hill than coming down. It's pretty quick.
Chance now for another birdie. Yeah, not quite enough pace, but that's pretty good. Just a tap in there for par at the 9th. And the scorecard's looking pretty good after 9 holes. That's a 29 6-under par. Hope you're enjoying this little stroll along Carmel Bay, and the golf is as good as the view. This 10th hole is 444 yards. I would tell you that it is the widest fairway at Pebble Beach. It is, but it doesn't feel that way because of the way it slopes left to right. And if you're not careful, this one can get away from you and head toward that Pacific. Boy, a good round going here on this Thursday, and that another fine effort off the tee. Perfect spot to play this second, middle of the fairway.
It's a solid shot and a green in regulation, but a little away from the band.
So now this, right around 25 feet for birdie. Nope. So that's in for par to start this backside. And he'll remain right where he is. Well, this is where Pebble Beach changes significantly. We're going away from the Pacific Ocean now, up the hill toward the forest. Frank, what do you think of the 11th hole?
Well, it's tricky, Rich. Number one, because it's blind, as you've detailed, but uphill and it's sea level, so that tee shot's not going to go that far. There is a run out down that left side, just inside the tree line there. That's about 308 yards, but you're not going to go that far. So really, this you have to respect this hole. Just hit a fairway finder.
And that will do just fine. Just under 80 yards to go now as he'll decide how to flight his second. Well, he's just so good throughout the bag, and that is another beauty there. Now this for another birdie. Oh, no. That's giving that way too much respect. That hardly moved at all. So that brushed in for a par here at 11, and he'll stay right where he is. And now we arrive at the 202-yard par 3 12. Best to work the ball right to left, landing as softly as possible on one of the firmest greens at Pebble Beach. That one was running so high. Gonna have to give this a pretty good thump. Kind of chunked that one, took way too much sand, and that's out of the bunker, but right into the rough. So after escaping the bunker, this a third try at getting on this par 3. What a save there. This hole was trouble all the way through, but that one in the hole from off the green to somehow salvage a par. Amazing.
Frank, the 13th hole doesn't get as much fanfare as some of the more picturesque par 4s here at Pebble Beach. Just curious, what do you think of this 13th hole?
I think it's a good hole, Rich, because it rewards you. You can certainly make 3. I remember when Tony Jacklin actually made an eagle here, but it's very easy to mess up, purely because they added those 3 bunkers in on the right side that start at 260 yards and finish at just over 290 yards. What that has done to this hole is actually shrunk the fairway to just 35 yards wide.
Beautiful tempo to that swing, and this is going to wind up squarely in the fairway. Second shot coming up. Let's bring in Iona Stephen.
Yes, he's left himself 140 yards to the flag. Pin front left so he can take dead aim.
And that ball gonna settle on the fringe, but a good distance from the hole. I think he'll be fairly pleased with that, Frank. What do you think?
I certainly do. It was so good.
Okay, safely in for par here at 13, and he'll remain right where he is. We arrive now at the 582-yard par 5 14th. It is one of the hardest holes on the PGA Tour, year in, year out. This is a bear. He just keeps motoring right along. Another good tee shot right there.
Frank, a chance here to get home in two, a chance maybe to do what Gary Woodland did on his way to winning the 2019 U.S. Open.
Yeah, Gary hit a great 3-wood, but I don't even think he was trying to hit that on the green. You look at that big gaping bunker left and short of that green. You would think that's to be avoided, but no. That's actually where you want to finish up because it's such a hard pitch shot. There's no point laying up. If you can get it into that front bunker, it's a relatively simple splash-out shot. One of the few times you want to hit your second shot into a greenside bunker.
Easy does it there. It's a birdie at 14. And he's going to move into the top spot here in this opening round. The leader by 1.
Here at the 15th, a good drive, Frank, would be right down the middle. A bad drive would be on 17-mile drive. As scenic as it is, it's not where you want to be, is it? It's out of bounds.
Well, you can't afford to go right. You can't afford to pay for that real estate on the right either. So, yeah, anything down there. And fortunately, it's a downhill tee shot. I know there's sort of 4 bunkers really down the left side, but really it's the pop bunker that has to be avoided. Really starting to make a hard game look easy. Drive after drive has been superb. And this one, well, as we like to say, is in the mayor's office.
So a big drive, and not much needed to carry here for his second. And that's going to leave some work, but it'll end up okay. Chance now for another birdie. Nope, didn't play enough of the break, and that'll be short as well. Okay, a solid par here at the 15th. And this will stay a one-shot lead. Now the heart begins to race a little bit because you know you're playing one of the greatest finishing stretches in the entire sport of golf. Starting with a 16th, it's only 400 yards. If you can carry that island bunker, you can jumpstart your run to the house with a birdie 3. And that ball's going to be slowed up enough that it is going to wind up in the bunker. So this one going to have to carry a long way.
Let's put it mildly. The tee shot was good, and the bunker shot barely borderline.
A lot of movement coming left here. This for birdie. The pace, absolutely perfect there. Down the slope, it's in for a birdie. And the lead moves to 2 with 2 to play here on day 1.
17th hole here at Pebble Beach, all about history and all about beauty. Frank, what's the best way to make that three and get onto that 18th tee?
Well, first of all, it depends where the flag is cut, on the right side or the left side, because really this green is like a figure eight on a 45-degree angle. On the left side, it's a much longer carry, and you've got to really hit your tee shot properly to make the ball carry that bunker and stop in time. On the right side, you can see, you go with a shorter club and the target is bigger.
Getting some sand in the shoes now for a second straight hole. He's in the bunker. Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
That came out soft, landed first on the fringe, kind of took some pace off, and that will leave a longish putt for par. 13 feet away. Oh, yeah, worth an exhale there. That's a good par save here at 17. And the lead's going to remain 2. Here we are now at arguably the greatest finishing hole in golf. 536-yard par 5. Pacific Ocean, massive fairway bunkers stretching more than 100 yards on the left, and cypress trees. Just a few of the things you need to contend with. Looks so simple when you're going good, doesn't it? And that is yet another solid drive. Now from a little less than 200 yards, this a second to the par 5. All right, that's a good shot from there. Home and 2 on the par 5. Landed it on the green. Wasn't able to get it to stop from that far away. Just on the fringe. And an outside chance at making an eagle here. Now this for another birdie. Yeah, it's a birdie at the last. And that is as good an opening round as you're going to see. It'll be a 63 here in round 1. So for the golfer we watched today, Frank, all smiles after the round, a leader by 2.
You're not going to win on the first day, Rich, but that's a great start, and it will.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From beautiful Pebble Beach, California, it's live second-round coverage of the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Well, let's face it, Mother Nature's just showing off this week. Pebble Beach, one of the crown jewels of American sport in all its glory, as we look at the Friday leaderboard. Our leader on this Friday is our featured golfer. He's got a 2-shot advantage here to begin play. Yeah, that's a beauty there to get this second round underway. So after the big drive, this, a short approach to the par 4. I think he'll be fairly pleased with that, Frank. What do you think?
I certainly do. It was so good.
Safely in. It's a par here at first, and he's going to stay 2 clear of the field.
Frank, interestingly, this hole number 2 plays as a par 4 for the U.S. Open. It is a par 5. It's absolutely gettable, and players must take advantage.
Certainly, Rich. Off that back tee, really you've got to grab a driver. I know there's bunkers left and right, but the decision is whether that tee shot finishes in the fairway, because if it does, you're going to have a crack at this par 5 and 2. If it doesn't, then you play the layup.
Another very nice tee shot. He looks awfully comfortable here with these first couple of drives. Now, after the big drive, this, a good distance here for a second to the par 5. Yeah, mission accomplished. On into, didn't fly it all the way there, but got enough release in good shape. This one just about straight at it for eagle. Yes, a great putt there. It's an eagle here at the second to move him to 2 under par. A pretty hole, the third, 397 yards, just a gentle dog leg to the left. You do have the option, if you're longer, maybe you just take it up over those trees and cut the dog leg, leaving yourself very short shot in. Or you can play it out to the right, have a little bit more in, but still certainly with a good chance at birdie. And no issues there. Good tee shot in the short grass. We'll remind you that coming up next week, we move from the serenity of the Pacific Ocean here at Pebble Beach to a scene that will be anything but calm. That is the Waste Management Phoenix Open down at TPC Scottsdale. Frank, I always think different venues, sort of different soundtracks. Pebble is crashing waves with Argyle sweaters. The Waste Management Phoenix Open, it's like a nightclub in Prague at about 2 in the morning.
I've been to Prague too, yeah. Except Prague doesn't have the 700,000 people. It's the greatest gate. Some say the greatest show on grass. It really is. That 16th hole, I'll tell you just one quick little story. Tom Watson, in his heyday with the late Bruce Edwards on the bag, it was the one hole he changed his routine. He would get Bruce to go ahead to the tee, all those people around, and he'd just say, give me the club and hit it. It was the one time he broke tradition. It's absolute frenzy at Scottsdale.
Oh! And that one Gonna wind up in the bunker. Third shot coming up now from the bunker.
Yeah, that was going to be tough to fly that all the way to the hole out of the bunker, and this is going to come up a good bit short.
Oh, that'll bring a wry smile. A very good putt there to save his par. And he'll remain 4 clear of the field.
First par 3 of the round, and Frank, I'm reminded of the great history that Jack Nicklaus has here at Pebble Beach, and that goes well beyond what he did as a player.
Well, that's for sure. I mean, we know his playing credentials, but he won the second of his 2 U.S. amateurs here in 1961. Actually said that was the best he ever hit the golf ball, but his legacy really as a designer, you see right here in front of you. I never got to play the old 5th hole, which is further left, but this is an absolute beast. It plays around 190 yards, very narrow green, and that is a cliff on the right, believe me.
That's going to be on the putting surface, and a birdie look straight ahead. We welcome in Iona Stephen. This, a putt for birdie.
Yeah, it's a good-looking putt overall, pretty straight. Slightly down the hill, need to be wary of that, but it's an inviting one.
Yeah, that's a good putt. It is a par here at the 5th. And he'll maintain that 4-shot lead. Well, now Pebble Beach begins to really open up with some of the most famous holes in the world. We'll begin with a 498-yard par 5 6th. Pacific Ocean on the right and a row of bunkers on the left. Treacherous is a word that comes to mind. Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there.
Second shot from the rough at the par 5 6th hole. You cannot help but think about what Tiger Woods did here in 2000 on his way to winning the U.S. Open. It was one of the greatest shots in the history of the sport. 7-iron from about 200 yards, thick rough. He just lashed at it, muscled it up the hill. And Roger Maltby, the announcer, said, "It's just not a fair fight." He was right.
Oh, what a good shot that is. Home and 2 on the par 5. Remember, made eagle earlier in the round, Frank. Now maybe a chance for a second.
I know we can't call it a double eagle, but talk about aggression in these par 5s. Way to stand up there and just hit the shot.
Yep, not bad. Had to put a little extra into that one, but got it there. That's a pretty good effort. Shouldn't be much in this for birdie. Okay, nicely played. That's in for birdie here at 6. And he'll move to 13 under par for the tournament.
Frank, there are certain spots in sport that kind of steal your breath. Starters gate at the Kentucky Derby, home plate at Fenway Park, maybe top of the hill if you ski at Kitzbühel, 7th tee at Pebble Beach. Absolutely is one of those special places.
Just over 100 yards, Rich. It's the ultimate, piece of cake. Where that's what it looks like, but then you try and taste it, and you want a little more, and then you realize you're just bitten off more than you can chew.
Okay, not taking any chances there. A good, safe play in the middle portion of the green. Look here at birdie.
There is a sneaky bit of break from left to right on this putt, but don't overdo it.
Got it there, but not quite on target. That one finished off. It'll be a par here at 7. And he'll remain well in control of this tournament. We head now to the 416-yard 8th hole, one of the premier par 4s in golf. Fairway wood or long iron off the tee, giving way to a long approach over the cliffs and a yawning chasm below. Yeah, very controlled shot there with the iron on this short par 4, and that's going to be just fine. Walking the course today, let's bring in Nota Begay III.
Beautiful tee shot, great position looking at this green, and there are no easy options here. You got bunkers up the left, bunkers on the right. You have balls that are going to find their way into the penalty area. Requires precision execution.
Yep, played that nicely. That'll work out just fine. Nah, got it out there too far. It was trying to come back, but couldn't get there. Good putt there. It's a bogey 5 here at the par 4. And fortunately, with a big lead already, very little damage done.
Frank, as you know, depending on the time of year, you could see gray whales out on Carmel Bay, sea otters feeding on abalone, sea lions sunbathing on the rocks, or you could see none of it because this 9th hole absolutely demands your full attention.
Well, there's a different sort of mammal trying to play this hole. That first bunker on the left side, that shouldn't be in play. But this hole tilts so much from left to right, I think it sort of funnels you towards the sea otters and the whales. Oh, I really like that tee shot. As for the second shot, it's about 90 yards.
From the fairway, we check in with Nota.
Well, when you find your ball in the fairway at the 9th, you hit a great tee shot, one of the most difficult fairways to hit on the entire golf course, but now it opens up the opportunity to hit a great second.
It might have been perhaps a little conservative, but right in the heart of the green.
This is a 13-footer. Oh, man, the speed was spot on. A good putt, but nothing to show for it. Okay, that's in for his par here at the 9th. And that is going to finish off a 3-under front side as they go out in 32. Starting the backside with a 444-yard par 4 10th, the last in this stretch along Carmel Bay, offering the widest fairway at Pebble, feeding left to right toward the water. No fairway here, this one in that rough. So a poor tee shot at 10, now his second.
And a good iron shot, just not quite as close as what we'd all want to finish, but still.
Now this, for birdie at 10.
Now, Rich, I've been in there, I've taken a good look at this one, and I'm not seeing a lot in it. Up the slope, not a great deal of break. Confident roll required.
Oh, wow, that is some kind of putt. Perfect speed, perfect line. It's in for a birdie. And he has now moved 5 clear of the field here in round 2.
Well, this is where Pebble Beach changes significantly. We're going away from the Pacific Ocean now, up the hill toward the forest. Frank, what do you think of the 11th hole?
Well, it's tricky, Rich. Number one, because it's blind, as you've detailed, but uphill and it's sea level, so that tee shot's not going to go that far. There is a run out down that left side, just inside the tree line there. That's about 308 yards, but you're not going to go that far. So really, you have to respect this hole. Just hit a fairway find.
He split the middle of the street on this one. He's going to have a good look. Second shot.
That's a head scratcher. That approach shot from relatively close in. I would have been looking at 10 to 15 feet.
Yeah, that's a nice putt. Getting it there up the hill was half the battle. This got there just a little wide of the mark. So that brushed in for par here at 11. It'll hold tight at minus 13. This 12th hole certainly not as famous as some of the other par 3s here at Pebble Beach, like number 7 or 17. But 12's a good one at 202 yards. Ideally, you want to work this right to left, just a baby draw, and try to get it to land softly because the green tends to be really firm. Okay, safely on the putting surface out of the sand. Would have maybe liked to run that up a little further, but that's not the worst shot in the world. No missteps there. It is a par here at 12. And he'll stay right where he is. Here we are at Pebble's 13th 401-yard par 4 that some consider a bit of a breather on the course. Birdie is definitely a possibility here. The 13th here at Pebble Beach is sort of a forgotten hole. It's only 401 yards of par 4, but I promise you'll remember it if you make a birdie here, and you'll have a good chance if you put it in the correct position off the tee. Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. From the fairway, Iona, this his second.
He's got 118 yards to the front of this green. 126 to fly all the way to the hole. Pin, front right. It's a sneaky one.
Imagine a miss club, because that ball sailed past the flag. Really just fortunate to stay on the back of the green.
This one, not for the faint of heart. Down a big slope, though it is for birdie. Well judged, that is in for par here at 13. And he'll remain right where he is.
Frank, the 14th hole, par 5, it is one of the most difficult par 5s in championship golf, isn't it?
It certainly is, Rich. Not just because of the length of the hole, 570 plus yards, but reachable only really by the longest hitters in the right conditions. But it's the third shot. I've got to rank the third shot as probably the hardest. Oh, talk about a friendly kick. I never got those. It could have stayed in the rough for the same price.
Frank, a chance here to get home in two, a chance maybe to do what Gary Woodland did on his way to winning the 2019 U.S. Open.
Yeah, Gary hit a great 3-wood, but I don't even think he was trying to hit that on the green. You look at that big gaping bunker left and short of that green. You would think that's to be avoided, but no. That's actually where you want to finish up, because it's such a hard pitch shot. There's no point laying up. If you can get it into that front bunker, it's a relatively simple splash out shot. One of the few times you want to hit your second shot into a greenside bunker.
This is a 16-footer.
Oh, the pace perfect on that one. It's in for birdie. And he's now the leader by 4 here on this Friday. You may have heard of the 17-mile drive near Pebble Beech. It's scenic. It is one you absolutely want to put on your bucket list. But you don't want to get there by chasing a tee shot onto the road. That's what can happen if you blow it way right here at 15, if you do keep it in play. At 393 yards, this 15th hole is absolutely one on which you can make a birdie. Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. It might be a tough shot coming up. See what he can do with this one. His second at the 15th. Just want to avoid the flyer lie coming out of that rough.
Rich, a little bit of grass in between ball and grooves. There's nothing going to stop that. That's out of here.
That is a FedEx special right there. Overnight air. Oh, is that any good? Perfect.
That was tracking pretty well, too. That could have gone in for the same price.
Okay, a solid par here at the 15th. And he'll remain at 14 under.
This is a really pretty hole, the par 4 16th. What's the right line here, Frank?
Well, if you want to pick out something in the horizon there, if you look closely down there, the tallest tree in the distance, that's sort of right bang in the middle of the fairway. You will not see your tee shot land and you won't see it run out, but that's the line.
Looking for a strong finishing kick here on this Friday to get set up for the weekend, and that another good drive here. Should be able to spin this if he wants. 96 yards left for his second.
In golf, you've heard the term mulligan. You'd love that, a do-over there, wouldn't you? I mean, that's just, that's very poor from that range.
Chance now for another birdie.
Well, I've really been impressed with how he's handled the speed on the greens, but this one is going to be a tester down the hill.
That's a half a ball away from going in. Very well read. Okay, that'll be a par here at 16. And he'll stay right where he is. From Jack at the 1972 U.S. Open to Tom Watson, the same championship, 1982. A 182-yard par 3 penultimate hole at Pebble Beach has provided historical drama time after time. Okay, that one's dancing. This is in the 30-foot range here. It's for birdie. Boy, that's a good stroke. Just a fraction off target, but you can't get the speed any better than that. No problems there. That's a par here at 17. And he'll remain right where he is. Well, you're not just playing the 18th hole at Pebble Beach, are you? You're taking a moment to soak it all in. Stand on that tee box, look out at the Pacific Ocean, think about what's happened here, who's played this hole, who's made history here. And then you let it rip. Some big drives today. That might be the biggest of the bunch.
Two solid shots at the par 5 and found the greenside bunker. Lie looks good. Now, just needed a good bunker shot.
Okay, a good out, and that's what will remain for birdie. Now this for another birdie. That's a good putt there. It's a birdie at 18. And this is a second straight super round. This one, a 66. So another look at the leaderboard, and you'll almost do a double take. EA Sports and the PGA Tour are proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From breathtaking Pebble Beach, California, it's live third-round coverage of the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Beautiful weather here in this early February fixture for golf fans. And if you're locked in winter's vice grip, well, this represents a bit of hope on the horizon as we check the leaderboard. Our leader here on Saturday is our featured golfer. He's got a commanding 5-shot lead here as he has been spectacular thus far. This is why you practice these shots from under 100 yards. You've bombed your drive. Now it's time for the touch shot. Zip one in there close.
It's a bit of a head turner, really. That was a green light situation from that distance, and far from the best shot I've seen today.
Nearly had it. Just going to wander a foot or so by. Okay, that's in for par here at the first. And that's going to keep this large lead right where it is. Moving now to the 507-yard par 5 second, where decisions must be made. Go for the green in 2 and risk losing it in the barranca, or hold back and lay up. Either way, this is a place to score. Another good tee shot for him to start the round as he gets another fairway here at the second. Well within range from here. A second now to the par 5. That's what he wanted to do. After the tee shot, puts himself in a really good position here on the par 5. Down on the course, let's check in with Nota Begay III.
Couple nice shots that cleared the barranca, now sitting in the fairway just short of the green with a lot of options, and I expect to get it close.
Not a long putt, but a side hiller for birdie. Oh, missed it right. Just didn't have the right line. That finished off for par here with the second. And he's going to maintain that substantial lead. Third hole, Frank, this is a fun little par 4. Not too long, but the emphasis here is on putting the ball in the right spot, isn't it?
It certainly is. You have to know how far you carry it, because if you take a line at that sort of third bunker there on the right side, on a direct line at the left edge of that, it's about 250 yards to get to the sort of start of the fairway. From there, you're only 100 yards in, so just find your point, your aiming point.
This is up the right side, going to try and draw its way back.
Well, that drive was enormous. I know it's in the rough, but it is long.
Working from the rough, here's his second at 3. Good soft hands. That is nicely done. 6 feet now for birdie. Okay, nicely done. That's in for birdie here at 3 to 16 under par. Well, this is where Pebble Beach starts to look like Pebble Beach in all its glory and magnificent beauty. It's only 333 yards. Off the tee, you can hit driver, maybe make an eagle, knock it up on the green. We have seen guys do that. Or you can play it safe, long iron off the tee. Either way, you're thinking 3 at 4. And that one looked good for a while, but it's going to get gobbled up by that bunker. The tee shot collected here, now a short one for his second. Okay, a good out, and that's what will remain for birdie.
Now a 7-footer.
Oh, good run going here early. This is birdies at 3 and 4. And he moves to 17 under par. Here we are at the first par 3 at Pebble Beach. It's the 189-yard fifth. This was redesigned late last century by the great Jack Nicklaus, who has so much rich history here at Pebble Beach. Solid shot, and sometimes solid throughout the round, will win the day. Birdie putt coming up, and we go to Iona Stephen.
And it looks pretty much straight overall, but it's going to pick up a lot of pace as it heads down this slope. Needs to be careful.
Yeah, that's a good putt. It is a par here at the fifth. And he'll hold tight at 17 under par.
Frank, here we are. Another good scoring opportunity. The dramatic par 5/6.
It's easy to have that view of Stillwater Cove on the right, but that, needless to say, is not the place to go. Those 5 bunkers down the left really determine your strategy off the tee. Plus, you're playing from elevation, nearly 20 yards extra off the tee. So that run out at 360 at the end of the fairway, believe me, that's in play.
This one turning left a bit off the tee. Solid. A good drive in the fairway.
Normally they stick a tee in one end and a flag in the other. You're advanced the way. But that second shot on this par 5, that completely took the green out of play. Airmailed. That is a big mistake.
Good job to deaden it right by the hole, but he could not get it to go in. Safely in for par here at the 6th. And he'll stay right where he is. Moving on to the 106-yard par 3/7. One of the most beautiful holes in the world. Craggy rocks, blue skies, and the beckoning Pacific beyond. Absolutely breathtaking. Yeah, that's a good spot right there, and a chance now for a birdie here at 7. 13 feet away. just going to sneak on by. Okay, safely in for his par. And he'll remain right where he is. Now to one of the most picturesque par fours in the world, the 8th hole here at Pebble Beach. Jack Nicklaus, who won the U.S. Open here, called it simply the greatest second shot to a par four anywhere in the world. From the fairway, let's go to Noda.
Beautiful tee shot, great position looking at this green, and there are no easy options here. You got bunkers up the left, bunkers on the right. You have balls that are going to find their way into the penalty area. Requires precision execution.
Okay, good roll there. It is a par here at the 8th, and he'll stay right where he is.
Frank, you might be tempted to just stare off at the Pacific Ocean. It's right there. But you'd also better have your focus on what is one of the more challenging par fours in the game.
Yeah, this stretch, 8, 9, 10, demands just not just concentration, but really great shots. The tee shot here has to be struck absolutely flush down that left side. And the reason why, if you look closely, is this fairway, just everything moves to the right. So if you sort of pitch it in the middle of the fairway or the right-hand side of the fairway, it's going to go on the rough and leave you a really difficult second shot. So a great drive here is rewarded.
From the fairway, we check in with Noda.
Well, when you find your ball in the fairway at the 9th, you hit a great tee shot, one of the most difficult fairways to hit on the entire golf course, but now it opens up the opportunity to hit a great second.
A little further right, a little further up. That would have been close.
Now this for birdie.
Yeah, this is when he's got to get just right. It's a tough putt moving back to his right.
No, kind of underread that one, and it winds up missing below the hole. Just a tap in there for par at the 9th, and that finishes off a strong front 9. It's a 33, 2 under par. Hope you're enjoying this little stroll along Carmel Bay, and the golf is as good as the view. This 10th hole is 444 yards. I would tell you that it is the widest fairway at Pebble Beach. It is, but it doesn't feel that way because of the way it slopes left to right. And if you're not careful, this one can get away from you and head toward that Pacific. And that, a good-looking shot there, well placed in the fairway. We have 115 yards to the hole. This one's looking good.
Good approach shot. And birdie putt coming up. Approach shot just a little right, little short.
10-foot putt left. Yes, rolls it right in. A birdie here at 10. He's got it to minus 18. Now we come to the 11th hole, and now the golf course heads up and inland, away from the water. Only 370 yards, best to be on the left side of the fairway. That will then open up the approach into what is one of the smaller greens here at Pebble Beach. turning out to be a wonderful Saturday of golf here, and this, another fine tee shot. Now from just 94 yards out, this his second.
Good shot again there. Well thought out. Landing the ball short, letting the ball run onto the green. And inside, I'd call that a birdie putt. So that's birdie range.
Oh man, the speed was spot on. A good putt, but nothing to show for it. He'll finish that one off with no problem. It's in for par, and he'll remain well in control of this tournament.
First par 3 now on the backside. Frank, this is sort of the forgotten hole, the 12, 202 yards.
It is. It's in the corner of the golf course. If you look at the right side of the screen, it's very narrow, but that's actually the entry or the gateway. And the reason why I say that is that's the full width of the putting surface. If you're going to take the bunker on, you've got to carry the ball another 8 or 9 yards. But one thing in your favor is this hole plays 10 yards downhill.
Tell you what, I've enjoyed watching this display all day long. We hear the phrase in football, ball control. It applies to what we've seen here from this player. That is an outstanding display of ball control. Nothing to it. It's a birdie here at 12. He moves to 19 under for the tournament. Here we are at Pebble's 13th 401-yard par 4 that some consider a bit of a breather on the course. Birdie is definitely a possibility here. The 13th here at Pebble Beach is sort of a forgotten hole. It's only 401 yards of par 4, but I promise you'll remember it if you make a birdie here, and you'll have a good chance if you put it in the correct position off the tee. No problems there. That's going to wind up safely in the fairway. So Iona, this his second from the fairway.
139 left to the flag. Pin on the right-hand side, so really looking for a fade in here if he can.
A little long, as we can see, and a little to the right, but it's still makeable if you hit a good one.
Nope. Nicely done as he rolls that in for his par. And he's going to stay at 19 under par. Well, in the world of professional golf, there are very few legitimate three-shot par 5s left. This 582-yard par 5 14th at Pebble Beach is one of those holes. It is all you want.
Impressive to get the power on that second shot into the par 5 and comfortably get it up here by the green. I know it's in that greenside bunker, but that is very doable.
Okay, a good out, and that's what will remain for birdie. Right about 9 feet here to the hole. That's how you play this 14th hole. That's in for birdie. He gets it to 20 under par.
Here at the 15th, a good drive, Frank, would be right down the middle. A bad drive would be on 17-mile drive. As scenic as it is, it's not where you want to be, is it? It's out of bounds.
Well, you can't afford to go right. You can't afford to pay for that real estate on the right either. So, yeah, anything down there. Unfortunately, it's a downhill tee shot. I know there's sort of four bunkers really down the left side, but really it's the pot bunker that has to be avoided.
Turning out to be a wonderful Saturday of golf here, and this, another fine tee shot. So not a whole lot left to go here as he'll set up his second to this par 4. That's good technique, and that is right around 5 feet. Not too bad. Chance now for another birdie. Nah, missed it left. That's a letdown. That one finished off. It's in for par. And he'll stay at 20 under. We now begin one of the most beautiful stretches of finishing holes all of golf. The march to the sea at Pebble Beach, starting with a 400-yard par 4 16. Key here, carry the island bunker. And the leaves took enough of the momentum off the golf ball that this is going to wind up in the bunker. Now this, an awkward distance for a bunker shot. Substantial movement on this putt right to left, and it's from distance, so this one not just about speed but line as well. Yeah, that's good pace, just a little offline, but not too bad from that far away. Okay, that one finished off for a par, and he'll remain right where he is.
Well, here we are, 17th hole, and this is where you can make your mark on the sport. Frank, so much history at this par 3.
It's just a great hole too, Rich. You know, that hourglass-shaped green on the angle. But you're right when you talk about history. You go back to 1972, and this hole played into the breeze. It was a one-iron for Jack Nicklaus. Said one of the greatest shots he ever hit. Actually hit the flagstick, nearly went in. And, of course, one of my favorites is 1982. Tom Watson had missed this green to the left, and the late Bruce Edwards was his caddy. And they were looking for options because they were in such a perilous situation with the US Open on the line. And Watson said, well, what about if I just hole it? And if you look really closely at the footage, as Watson starts to run across the green, he's pointing his finger back at Bruce and saying, I told you so. And then just a few years ago, too, Gary Woodland hit a chip it on this green and made 3.
Okay, safely in for his par. And he'll stay right where he is. Well, here we are now at arguably the greatest finishing hole in golf. 536-yard par 5. Pacific Ocean, massive fairway bunker stretching more than 100 yards on the left, and cypress trees. Just a few of the things you need to contend with. Gonna work this up that left-hand side. Okay, that worked out really well. Not quite on the green, but certainly in a spot where you can make a birdie. Gotta be thinking about making this one from just off the edge of the green. This for eagle. Now this for another birdie. Yeah, it's a birdie at the last. That will be a third straight round in the 60s. So a final look at the leaderboard, and this has just been a runaway so far. Our featured golfer miles in front. EA Sports and the PGA Tour so proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From spectacular Pebble Beach, California, final round coverage of the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Tell you what, we have seen some tremendous golf this week, outdone only by the incredible beauty that is the coastline of the Monterey Peninsula. As we check the Sunday leaderboard, our leader here on this Sunday is our featured golfer. He's got a sizable advantage here as he looks to increase it further. And this one will just sneak into the first cut of rough, but doesn't appear, Frank, to be a huge issue.
Yeah, opening tee shot, a little on the safe side, but you're right. It doesn't seem too much of a problem.
Nothing wrong with that. Inside of 5 feet. Nicely done. 4 feet. All that's left for birdie. Yeah, that's a good putt. It's a birdie here at 1. That means he'll get it to 22 under par.
Frank, interestingly, this hole number 2 plays as a par 4 for the U.S. Open. It is a par 5. It's absolutely gettable, and players must take advantage.
Certainly, Rich. Off that back tee, really you've got to grab a driver. I know there's bunkers left and right, but the decision is whether that tee shot finishes in the fairway, because if it does, you're going to have a crack at this par 5 and 2. If it doesn't, then you play the layup.
And this round starting off strong after the birdie at the first. This in the fairway at number 2. Second shot coming up. Let's check in for the first time with Notobegay the third.
When you find yourself in the fairway on the second at Pebble, you have a great opportunity to take advantage of one of the easiest holes on the course.
But that one had to feel good.
Yeah, struck it so well. You could see that by the reaction of that ball when it hit the green. Landed so softly.
Oh, yeah, it is a dream beginning to the round. A birdie at 1. Now an eagle here at the second. How about 3 under through 2 holes? Just getting started. On to the 397-yard par 4 third, where some players drive it over the trees on the left to cut the dogleg, while others play it more conventionally. This is a pretty hole, the third. 397 yards, just a gentle dogleg to the left. And you do have the option if draw it back in. Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank. So from off the fairway, his second now at 3. Okay, not too bad there. Yes, a good roll there. That's in for birdie. And he's got it to 25 under par now. With Stillwater Bay on the right, this is Pebble's picturesque 333-yard par 4 fourth. Tee shot could be anything from long iron to driver, but beware of the 9 bunkers surrounding the fairway and green.
It might be in the rough, but that was absolutely crushed.
He'll have to conjure something from this lie because that is not very good. See if he can knock it on in 2. This will move to his right for birdie. Yeah, that's a well-played hole. It's a birdie here at 4. And with that, his score moves to 26 under par.
So here we are, Frank, the 5th hole, the first of the 4 par 3s at Pebble Beach. It doesn't get all the love that some of the others do, but this one has the players' attention. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, it certainly does, Rich. Everybody wants to take a picture, down by the 7th, 17th hole, famous par 3. Remember, Jack Nicklaus's one on, but believe me, I think this hole is every bit as tough as 17.
Oh, he flushed that one, and that just got up in the breeze and took off on him. And a delicate little chip here for his second. Oh, everything is coming up roses for our leader. How about this? Holding it from off the green to extend that lead. Well, this is where the excitement starts to build early in a round at Pebble Beach. I know it's the 6th, but you're coming into possibly one of the greatest stretches in all of golf. This is a 498-yard par 5, goes up the hill, Pacific Ocean in the distance, chance to make an eagle here, and chance to feel really good about where you're headed. Has to be thrilled with that second shot here to the par 5, Frank. Got everything out of that.
Yeah, it did well just to advance the ball so far down the fairway. And now a fairly straightforward third shot.
Chance now for another birdie. Okay, nicely played. That's in for birdie here at 6. He moves to 28 under par. Well, this is the one you dreamed about, isn't it? Just a little baby wedge that kisses the clouds and drops softly on that tiny green here at the 7th. You and your maker, there's nothing better in the world than to be playing the 7th hole and playing it well here at Pebble Beach. And he maybe didn't want to risk going over, so this ball well short of the hole, and a long look coming up for birdie. A birdie putt down to Iona.
Well, it's quite clear to see there's one direction this ball is moving, and it's sweeping from left to right the whole way.
Okay, I'd call that an acceptable effort from that range. Yep, well done. That's in for par here at 7. And he's going to maintain that substantial lead.
Frank, as you know, of all the sports played on land, golf's the one with the best views. This is as good as it gets, but you need to focus now on what's ahead of you. This 8th hole is a real challenge, isn't it?
It certainly is. The temptation is to pull the camera out, but really it's about what club you're going to pull off this tee. There's 2 runouts on the right side, about 250 yards, left side about 270, and really that white rock is a great indicator of the line.
Frank, just the visuals on this second shot to number 8, mind-boggling.
Yeah, this is really where Pebble Beech attracts the best players in the world. Sitting on top of that hill, and you look at this green that angles away from the player on the player's right. Plus, you actually have to look at the putting surface. There's only a small area of flat surface. If you come up, anything sort of 5 or 6 yards short on that putting surface, it will come off. But also, too, you can, if you're a little bit of local knowledge, don't tell too many people, but you can use the back edge of the green, too, to roll the ball back.
Yeah, that's a nice putt. Getting it there up the hill was half the battle. This got there just a little wide of the mark. Okay, that in for par here at the 8th. And that's going to keep this large lead right where it is. The thing about Pebble Beach is it's easy to lose focus, stare off at the horizon, the Pacific Ocean, and all that beauty that surrounds you. But then you remember, all right, I'm playing the 9th hole here. This is one of the hardest par 4s in the world. Pay attention. I'll tell you what, that swing absolutely perfect and a good result as well.
I've seen some long tee shots, but it's the advantage to tee that ball up. Get it up there quickly, get the wind behind you. It's amazing how far you can hit it.
Good chance at one.
A little short, little left, but inside 10 feet, so even I can't really criticize that.
Now this for another birdie. Nothing to it. Well done. It's a birdie here at the 9th. How about the final accounting of this first side? It's a 27, 8 under par. Starting the backside with a 444-yard par 4 10th, the last in this stretch along Carmel Bay, offering the widest fairway at Pebble, feeding left to right toward the water.
Once again, another great tee shot. I'm starting to wonder how low can you go? And the driving has been simply superb.
A pretty ideal wedge distance here, 95 yards for his second.
In golf, you've heard the term mulligan. You'd love that a do-over there, wouldn't you? I mean, that's just, that's very poor from that range.
Safely in. It's a par here at the 10th. And pars are fine at this point with this tournament well in hand.
Well, this is where Pebble Beach changes significantly. We're going away from the Pacific Ocean now, up the hill toward the forest. Frank, what do you think of the 11th hole?
Well, it's tricky, Rich. Number one, because it's blind, as you've detailed, but uphill and it's sea level, so that tee shot's not going to go that far. There is a run out down that left side, just inside the tree line there. That's about 308 yards, but you're not going to go that far. So really, you have to respect this hole. Just hit a fairway fine.
Yeah, that's a nice swing, and the result is going to be a tee shot that is set up just fine. Breeze at his back shoulder as he lines up his second from the fairway.
Ball was always heading a little bit right, but inside 10 feet, there's nothing wrong with that on this hole.
This one moving left here for birdie. Okay, that ball on line all the way. It's a birdie here at 11. And stop the presses if you've heard this before. He's well on his way to yet another victory on the year. And now we arrive at the 202-yard par 3 12th. Best to work the ball right to left, landing as softly as possible on one of the firmest greens at Pebble Beach. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either, sitting up in the short grass. Now, from the apron, a second to the par 3. That one safely in. It's a par here at 12. And he'll remain 30 under par. Here we are at Pebble's 13th 401-yard par 4 that some consider a bit of a breather on the course. Birdie is definitely a possibility here. The 13th here at Pebble Beach is sort of a forgotten hole. It's only 401 yards of par 4, but I promise you'll remember it if you make a birdie here, and you'll have a good chance if you put it in the correct position off the tee.
Really starting to make a hard game look easy. Drive after drive has been superb. And this one, well, as we like to say, is in the mayor's office.
This one looks right on point.
Oh, just needed that a little bit more. I know it's 10 feet, but come on, I want it a little bit closer.
Chance now for another birdie. Goodness, that is too bad. That would have been a good birdie, but not to be. Okay, safely in for par here at 13. And he'll remain right where he is.
Frank, the 14th hole, par 5, it is one of the most difficult par 5s in championship golf, isn't it?
It certainly is, Rich. Not just because of the length of the hole, 570 plus yards, but reachable only really by the longest hitters in the right conditions. But it's the third shot. I've got to rank the third shot as probably the hardest short wedge shot, right up there with the 15th hole at Augusta.
And that will make going for this par 5 into much more difficult, as that is into the fairway bunker. Okay, that's a good safe play. Get it back out into the fairway. Get some distance if you can, and gets it to try and make a good third on this par 5.
Inexcusable.
No issues there. It is a par here at 14. And he'll remain well in control of this tournament. Next up, the 393-yard par 4 15. Tee shot in the fairway gives the players an excellent shot at birdie, but be careful losing it right onto that 17-mile drive.
Once again, another great tee shot. I'm starting to wonder how low can you go? And the driving has been simply superb.
So from right around 80 yards or so, this is second. Well, those are the shots that turn what you'd like to be a leisurely stroll out on the golf course into a day of hard work.
Yeah, what could have been a tap-in is now going to be a grind.
Yeah, good putt. That's clean for par here at 15. And he'll stay right where he is. This is a really pretty hole, the par 4 16th. What's the right line here, Frank?
Well, if you want to pick out something in the horizon there, if you look closely down there, the tallest tree in the distance, that's sort of right bang in the middle of the fairway. You will not see your tee shot land and you won't see it run out, but that's the line.
Just what you want at this point in the round. You're trying to find a rhythm, hit fairways, hit the middle of the club face. That's what they did right there. From the fairway nota, this is second.
152 yards left for him. Would not surprise me a bit if he were to stick this one close.
Well, had a good look at the green, but couldn't cash it in. In the rough now, wondering what might have been. Eight-foot putt here. Okay, didn't want to let that one get away. It is a par here at 16, and he'll remain right where he is. If you stop for just a moment, it can really hit you where you are and what's happened here. The 17th hole at Pebble Beach, the par 3. Jack with a 1-iron that hit the flagstick in 1972 on his way to winning the U.S. Open Championship. And then a decade later, Tom Watson from just long of the green, chipping in for a birdie to beat Jack Nicklaus. Yeah, history made here at the 17th hole. Okay, fortunate there. That ball hops onto the green, and he'll be left with that for his birdie. Yes, the speed, spot on. It's a late birdie here at 17. And this is turning into an absolute runaway at the top of the leaderboard. Well, you're not just playing the 18th hole at Pebble Beach, are you? You're taking a moment to soak it all in. Stand on that tee box, look out at the Pacific Ocean, think about what's happened here, who's played this hole, who's made history here. And then you let it rip. Yes, step one out of the way. It is in the fairway at 18. One more good approach shot could just about seal it.
Now, this par 5 green is well protected. That's 2 good shots, but that bunker's there for a reason. Now, with some nifty sand play, we're looking at 4.
All right, not exactly what you're hoping for, but safely on the putting surface with birdie still in play. Wow, just a hair off target. And those are the ones that'll drive you crazy. So a tap in there. That's for par at the last. And this is going to be a final round score of 62. What a way to wrap things up. So this, a tremendous week of golf. And in the end, for our featured player, Frank, it's a 3rd career victory.
And a good one. They're starting to come a little quicker. I think confidence is starting to grow. It'll be really interesting these next 12 months to see if they can absolutely springboard from this position.
Until next time, for our entire cast and crew, I'm Rich Lerner. This has been a presentation of EA Sports PGA Tour Golf. So long, everybody.